So welcome to tonight's show. You're with Tom, Brian and Steve, except we have a minus here tonight.
We do.
We have someone missing. Who's missing, Brian?
You're here.
I'm here and you're here.
I'm here.
Where's Thomas?
Tom. Tom. So we decided that we'd get an able stand-in for you, Tom.
That's right. Yeah,
Teddy. How you going? How you going, Teddy?
And Teddy's going to agree with everything we say, isn't he?
Yes, because he's going to bobble. He said yes.
Oh dear. So as we do it every time this week, we're going to talk about the round of NRL that's just been played. It's been an interesting week.
Yep.
For some of us more than others.
Yep.
And some interesting scorelines. But Brian, what's your highlight for the weekend?
Ooh, my highlight for the weekend.
You can't mention anything about the South of Melbourne.
I can't mention South or Melbourne.
No.
My favourite score of all time happened on the weekend.
What score's that?
40-0.
Yes. Okay.
Stick it to the storm always.
Sorry, Sally. He really is a nice guy. Somewhat.
That would be about it. No, there were lots of highlights on the weekend. It was actually a good weekend of footy.
It was.
There were lots of things that was happening. So yeah.
And a couple of controversial decisions as well, which we'll go to.
Well, yeah, I've skipped over those in my head.
I think I want to talk about the.
All right, let's talk about them as they come up.
All right. Okay. Let's start out. The first game was Thursday night. Gold Coast 27, Warriors 24.
Wow,
indeed. In
New Zealand. After being down 12-0.
Correct.
Wow. It looks like Des was really building to something.
Yes, well, I was cheering on the Warriors because I knew that. Oh dear.
Well, okay. Everyone else in the world was cheering on the Titans. No, look, it was great. So Brimson, he's a fullback. Yep. I'm sorry, I don't know what you do with Campbell, but Brimson's got to be fullback. Fafita stood up in Big Tino's absence, and look, they were good.
Yep, they were.
And it was a typical Des kind of grind.
Yeah.
So the Titans completed in the first half at 95%. I think it was 21 from 22. And yeah, they took advantage of the errors.
Yes, they did.
They were really good. Yeah.
Yeah, most certainly. And look, I've got to say that their online defence, the Titans' online defence, was superb because the Warriors were throwing quite a bit at them.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, Adam Fanau-Blake was awesome.
Yes.
So he ran for 220 odd metres.
And still couldn't get him over the line.
Nope. And that's just, he's going to be...
And scored 2 tries. Was it one or two tries? Two.
He's a beast.
He is a beast.
So I'm curious. So the talk during the week has been that Sean Johnson has a bit of a leg groin injury.
Yep.
Wouldn't you just rest him? Because since that was announced, the Warriors have looked a bit flat. It's like they need Sean Johnson to stand up. So wouldn't you just give him a bit of a break and see how it goes?
Well, I would think so.
Right. There you go.
They're playing Newcastle next week, which won't be an easy game, but they should beat them.
So,
without Johnson.
So Andrew Webster, because all the coaches listen to this show.
They do.
Andrew Webster, give him a break. Rest up his leg, because you guys aren't going to win the comp without him. You're not going to win the comp anyway, but you won't go very far without him.
I still think they can. I still think they can. So the next game on Anzac Day was 60-18 Roosters over Dragons. Now, I had a really bad tipping weekend because I tipped only 2 out of 8. And this was one I actually tipped St George because I thought, you know what, I reckon they could get them. But
I got sucked in by the hype. Whose
hype?
Just
Dragons.
The Dragons hype. Yeah. So just for those of you that don't know, I'm a Sea Eagles supporter, and there's
don't hate on him. It's okay.
There's a large sections of Sea Eagles supporters that are very much in the Flanagan camp. Why did we keep Seabold when we could have kept Flanagan? And last week, it was eat and humble pie. The Dragons come up, they have a great win, everything's going smoothly. I think they've all disappeared now. that was a smack.
Yeah.
That was a smack. And I've got something to say about the concussion towards the end of the show. But first tackle of the game, Moses Sully is taken off, concussed.
Yes.
And then the Dragons score probably the best try of the season so far.
Oh, it was very good.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And there she wrote.
That's right. That's right.
And then Sam Walker played the best game he's ever had. And see you later, Dragons.
What a kicking game he had. I mean, the kicks he was putting in. Now, if you don't throw a lot at a halfback, he's going to be able to perform
They did have some time, yeah.
He had some time to do it. But, geez, I tell you what, he had a good game.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, can't take that off the Roosters. And the Roosters are one of the teams in the comp that can do that to anyone.
Yes, on the day.
There's 3 or 4 clubs that if they could be scary good, and the Roosters are one of those. And they just did it. Poor Dragons. Yeah. Barry's returned his grand final tickets.
And his membership, no doubt. Or his non-existent one.
Well, I told him he just needs to move across to maroon and white from red and white, but he won't do it.
No, he won't do that. If we have to talk about the next one, let's do it. But let's just do it quickly.
Okay.
Melbourne Storm 54, South 20. Honestly, I went there, or I watched this game thinking, you know what? We're not going to win this one, but we should be competitive. I really believed we should have been. And you know what? We scored 20 points against Melbourne.
Yeah.
Except they scored 54.
I don't get it. So on my little notes of the game, you've got Paps, Munster, Hughes, Grant. Wow.
Yeah.
Their spine destroyed you. That was Munster's best game in 2 years.
Absolutely.
Paps was playing freely, running freely. Hughes was orchestrating everything. Grant was fantastic out of dumb and half. It was complete.
Again, nobody was putting pressure on kickers.
Yeah. So I do have a question. So the Rabbitohs did score 20 points.
Yes.
And they did identify a bit of a weakness down Warbrick's side of the field.
Did.
Why didn't they keep going there?
Because I don't think we actually had the ball in the second half. But
that's what happens when you miss 40 tackles.
That's right.
But I don't understand when clubs have a weakness thrown in against them.
Yep.
They identify it, they attack it, they score a try, and then they don't go back there again.
Yes, I know. Yep.
It's beyond me. I don't understand.
Because the killer clubs like Melbourne and like the Roosters do it every single time. If you have a weakness, they just keep hitting it.
How many tries would Xavier Coates have scored if he'd stayed on the field?
Yeah, that's right.
They saw a weakness and they hit it 3 times, 3 tries.
Well, I've said for a while now, Tane Milne is a weakness.
Well,
you know, he is. Honestly, can you tell me one team he would bank first grade in if he wasn't playing at South?
Well, I've actually... no, I can't.
No.
Because his was the equal dumbest act of the weekend.
With 10 seconds to go, you're down 54-20. You got 3 players surrounding Munster, and he dives at his legs and takes them out.
That's... I don't know. All right, that might be the dumbest act.
That was the dumbest act.
Equal dumbest, because the next dumbest act's coming up in the next game.
Yeah, but look, South didn't play badly.
You missed 40 tackles.
Yeah, I know.
40!
Defence was average, but we completed 85%, and for South, that's very, very unusual.
Oh, I can't believe you missed 40 tackles. It didn't look like that watching it.
Well, I tell you what, Tane Milne let so many tries in on his wing. I mean, it was ridiculous. Anyway, we move on to Penrith.
No, we don't. We move on to...
Well, South move on to Penrith.
Oh, yeah.
Right, let's talk about
Penrith.
let's talk about the next game on Friday, which was Manly 32, Parramatta 18.
All right. For the other equal dumbest... dumbest act. So, what do you say about Sivo? I don't get it, because every time... You take particular notice of players when they play against your club. He destroys Manly every single time.
Yep.
I think this is his 4th or 5th game where he scored a double against us. Yep. We cannot stop the bloke. So, here's his stats. 3 tries, 88 metres, 3 line breaks, 7 tackles. His play the ball was speed was 2.79 seconds. So they could not stop him. 10 minutes to go, he decides, this is a good opportunity while I've got a player on the ground to elbow him in the face twice, right in front of the judge and the ref.
Well, mind you, not only that, while the score was 20-18.
I know.
I mean, honestly, it was only 2 points difference before.
I know. What do you do? Like, that's insane. You that's not justifiable in anyone's mind.
You know what? I think later on in the year we could come up with the dumbest act team.
Oh, jeez.
You've already got your wingers. You've got 2 wingers who are primed to be picked.
Well, let's keep going. Dumbest acts.
I got to tell you, Cherry Evans was good. Everybody played well.
That pass of his where he dummied and was going to pass and then held it back and then just threaded through 3 players to get the ball to Garrick was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It was.
I do have something to say about... so right now we are on a... recording this on a Tuesday night where Dally Cherry Evans is seeking to get his charge downgraded. I didn't think there was much in the tackle to begin with. I may be wrong. I thought it was a ferocious hit and the player landed on his shoulder, not his head. There were 2 in the tackle. Cherry Evans has been charged.
Yep.
And facing the judiciary for the first time in 311 games.
Yep.
311 games, does that not buy you goodwill?
No.
It should.
No.
It's not a... It was obviously an accident. There were 2 in the tackle.
No, hang on. No. Sorry. The tackle was not an accident. The tackle was lifted and driven.
No.
Now,
he let him go before he hit the ground.
Yes, okay. But he's already upside down when he let him go.
Well, it was on his side. It was
You're
more
the
of
first one to say.
It was more of a hip flip than a lift. But either way, no. But we're not talking about a bloke who's played 20 games, 50 games, even 100 games, which is 4 years into your career. We're 311 games. We're 13 years into this bloke's career. So first time.
Your Honour, I'm 64 years old, and that's the first time I've ever robbed this bank. Let me off. Come on.
Absolutely.
Is that the way? That's your argument?
Yes.
No.
Yes, you've bought goodwill. I don't know.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Bad luck. Do the crime, do the time.
Yeah, and look, Parramatta have exposed, for any of those other coaches that are watching, Ricky Stewart, next week, we play the Raiders. Manly can't wrap up the ball. We can't wrap the ball up. There were so many offloads.
Well, South have the same problem.
I don't get it. Wrap the ball up.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
that's
what I
is
got
a
to say.
simple game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wrap the ball up and tackle and don't drop it.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is so hard for me this year. Honestly, I just want to crawl into a hole.
Well, this is a good game.
34-10 Broncos over Tigers.
And some unknown halfback from Brisbane laid on a couple of tries.
Intercepted with one leg.
Told the team where to go. He was that unknown halfback from Brisbane. Sensational.
He's got a career, hasn't he?
Wow, I can't believe you guys got rid of him.
Well, we got rid of him for the guy we're about to let go. So, you know what?
Now,
we're working our way towards him.
Now, I've got to say something. We're talking about dumbest players. Now, I'm not saying this was dumb, but Samuel Fano's tackle. So Tigers kick it over the top. Well into the in goal. Taken on the full by Brisbane. The Brisbane player runs out to have a quick tap restart. And he goes, I think I'll tackle that bloke.
So we have a back rower now for our team.
What the hell is going on?
Well, obviously
everybody's going, he was unsighted. Dude, the kick was 4 metres too long.
Yes, I know. And if he had been following the game, he would have seen his own team kick it. So yeah, I don't know. We've got a back rower for our team now, so that's three positions,
players. 2 wingers and a back rower.
Yeah,
now just here's some numbers though. The Tigers have now lost 10 in a row at Campbelltown.
Yep.
The Broncos have won their last 8 at Campbelltown. And Justin Olam has had his first loss against the Broncos with his previous 8 wins with the Storm.
So you would like to think that the Tigers will never have another game with the Broncos at Campbelltown. They'll be telling the NRL,
hang on,
do not do this.
Benji's watching as well, and he's saying, that's a dumb question. That's dumb. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that one.
Listen to the press conference. There's one of the reporters says, "Oh, look, Campbelltown, look, terrible record here. Do you guys you want to play here?" He's going, "Oh, that's a dumb question." The proof's in the pudding.
Probably
it's
is.
a dumb question.
Yeah.
All right, and
I want to talk about Appy Coruscant's try, non-try.
No try.
No
yes.
try. It was a try.
It was a
It
try.
was a try every minute of the day.
100%.
I don't understand. I mean, I get what they're trying to say when the rule says you've got to regrip it, but it's one hand, you can't regrip it. And it's not like his hand just touched it as it bounced. His hand was here when it was back on.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why he couldn't get it down to the ground.
He didn't bounce it.
And he didn't bounce it. It went down with force.
Yep.
It was a try. And I looked at it and I was like, yeah, that's a try.
Yeah,
and then
and then they looked at it 37 times and went, "Ooh, in slow mo, there's a 3 millimeter separation from that ball."
Yeah.
Nah, it's a joke.
It really is, and I think the NRL, Annesley's come out and said, "Look, that's the rule, and that's what the bunker has gone by." But
man alive,
I don't think there's anybody who would have argued that if there was a given.
I want referees out of the bunker, and I want ex-players in the bunker. Have you seen some of the ex-players like Josh Reynolds or James Graham when they're looking at stuff? They're going, "No, we get that, but that's not how you play the game." We need to get the refs out. The refs are out there on the field, enforcing the rules, and when it goes to the bunker, let's put some brains in there.
Yeah, I agree.
Because currently it's just ridiculous. What do you think, Teddy? I'll be joining the bunker next year.
Is that how he talks?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Name me Mate Cleary. All right. Sorry.
Panthers 26. Well, Panthers 26. Cowboys 20. And I thought this was going to be a runaway for a while until the Cowboys actually pulled it back.
Well, 24-4, 40 minutes left to play. And then the Cowboys decided, we're going to have a crack at this.
So the Cowboys have a crack, or did you think Penrith switched off?
I don't think they switched off. So the real Tom made a comment about Penrith lying all over the play the balls and blah 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 because
they do.
Well, they do.
Melbourne. Yeah.
So, but you say did they switch off? Well, I'm looking at these stats going. There was a 3.47 second play the ball to a 3.24 second.
Yeah.
So you're talking like less than 0.2 of a second difference. I don't know whether that's lying all over someone. And the Panthers made 67 more tackles. 67. That's 11 sets.
Which is
that's phenomenal.
That's a lot. Yeah.
That's phenomenal. Like I think it was three of the Panthers ended up with 40 plus tackles, and even the centers had 20 plus. When was the last time a center had to make 20 tackles?
Yep.
I just thought. I don't know whether I don't think the Panthers switched off. I just think the Cowboys just went right. We've got to take this home, and they just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah. All right. Suncorp Stadium, Newcastle Knights 18, Dolphins 14. I think the Dolphins are struggling now with a few injuries.
Yeah, but so are the Knights.
Yeah, well, true. So are the Knights, no problem.
Yeah. 18-6, 3 minutes to go. The Knights should not have been anywhere near in danger.
But you know what? When you got those players that the Dolphins have got, they can put it on you very quickly.
Yeah, agree. And again, the Knights in the first half had 22 of 22 completions. So the Knights and the Titans are just working through that. And I want to say, the stand-in fullbacks, Trey Fuller and David Armstrong. Wow.
Yeah, good.
Well, Trey's 27 and Armstrong's 23.
Yeah.
But remember, we want to throw players out when they hit 23 because they can't play first grade. We only want 20-year-olds. It's ridiculous. Poor old. How old is Lachlan Ilias? 24.
Why are you bringing up Lachlan Ilias?
I just think South's thrown him on the scrap
Throw him on the scrap heap. We're looking to improve in certain positions.
You threw him on the scrap heap. Anyway, ugly wins are still a win. Take it, Knights, take it.
All right. Next one, your favourite score.
My favourite score.
Cronulla 40. Raiders 0.
Correct.
Honestly, I never saw this coming. I actually picked the Raiders in this one because I thought, well, it's at home, I can't split them. But I tell you what, I never saw that score coming.
Yeah, I picked the Sharks, but I thought, oh, it'll be a couple of points. Well, it took 13 minutes before Cam McGuinness scored. 13 minutes, and then up Cronulla. They just kept going. They kept going. I mean, Nico Hines just turned it on. The Sharks have now scored 152 points in 4 games. Unbelievable. Yeah. And Tom, who is currently holidaying in Victoria, said, what happened? And it was Cronulla's defence.
Yeah.
Their defence was excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, the Raiders had lost Jamal Fogarty, so their attack was a little bit disjointed, but they were just amazing.
I wonder if Tom will go and visit some Storm training.
Ooh. Bring back some tips for the Roosters.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah, maybe he should have taken Teddy with him.
Taking Teddy. Would have helped.
Yeah. Anyway, I think Raiders are a good team. The Raiders are a young team, and I think there is a bucket load of potential there. Bucket load.
Yeah, I hope so.
And Ricky, congratulations, Ricky. We know as another coach you watched the show. 500th
Yes.
NRL first grade NRL game.
Yep.
As a coach.
How good is that? And the Dogs had the bye.
They did.
So we go on to next round, which is round 9. Now this may be where the Bunnies decide to make their run.
Wasn't that last week? Are we going to do the ladder, Steve, or you don't want to do the ladder anymore?
No, you can do the ladder.
We'll do the ladder because we have the Sharks. The Sharks on for and against on top of the ladder, 14 points. Storm on 14, Panthers on 12, Seagulls on 11. Can't wait to get that bye. Broncos on 10, Dolphins on 10, Roosters 8, Bulldogs in the 8.
I know.
On for and against, the Bulldogs are in the 8. Cowboys on 8 points, Raiders on 8 points, Dragons on 8 points, Warriors on 7, Knights on 6, Eels on 6, West Tigers on 6. Where's Souths? West Tigers on 6, Titans on 4, and the poor old Bunnies. Stone motherless, Steve.
With
You've had your bye too.
with 250 points scored against them, where last year the Panthers in 22 rounds had 320 scored against them, and after 8 rounds we've had 250 or something. It just...
it's phenomenal.
Again, it is Tuesday night, and I believe there is a meeting with South Board about Coach Demetrio.
Ooh.
And
how do you think that's going to go, Steve? I am curious.
I think he's gone. I think he saved himself after the Cronulla game, but no one's going to accept after the Cronulla game that we went down 54-20. Nobody. Even if it was Melbourne, forget it. There's no way that should be happening at all, and I think he's gone. Let's go to round 9, where the Bunnies are playing the Penrith Panthers at home, at a core. I'll be there screaming on the Bunnies and coming home very sad by the feel of it.
I think you guys are in trouble.
We won't have 50 scored against us again. Although I do remember... Actually, you remember... was it 2 years ago? Both Melbourne and the Panthers, we had them week after week, and they put 50 on us both times again.
I think it's highly likely, though, Steve. Look, Cleary's got another week back. Taruva makes his return to the wing. I can't see you guys coming within 40 of the Panthers.
40?
Yeah.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You and Tom are just loving this.
Hang on, well, you've picked 3 hookers in your team. You got Cook, you got Havali, and you got...
Yeah, but Havali doesn't play hooker.
Peter, whatever his name is.
Mamazoulis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got 3 hookers.
Yeah.
You guys have got no idea. You can't pick a team. And you've lost the great Tane Milne for a 2-match suspension.
And I am very happy to see Isaac Thompson back. I think he...
Yeah.
Demetrio needs to stick with him on the wing because I think he's going to be something. I think he could be anything.
Yeah, he's not a bad option. He's better than your other options.
Well, that's true.
All right.
So you think the Panthers will win?
I think the Panthers will win easily.
Because Tom did text me
really?
earlier. Yeah, he's gone for the Bunnies.
Tom, really?
Tom's gone for the Bunnies.
Teddy, what do you think? All right, it's just me.
Oh, Tom, you're going to pick some bad ones this round. Let's go on to Friday night where the Seagulls play the Raiders.
Yeah, we'll account for the Raiders.
Oh, don't forget the bounce back.
Yeah, we'll account for the Raiders.
I'm not sure.
The Raiders have dropped Chevy Chase and brought back Hopawate?
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase. Chevy Stewart.
Chevy Stewart. The
guy.
I know the name.
National Lampoon's Vacation. Oh, gone. The Manly team's actually not bad. I know we don't have Olakuatu, but Ethan Bullimore comes in. Cherry could be in trouble. I'm dying to know what happens there.
Yeah.
And that means, well, Jake Arthur has the potential to have a good game. So yeah, I'm happy. And Sipley's back. So yeah, go the Eagles.
We'll see. All right. I actually think there's a bounce back factor there, and I wouldn't be so convinced. And I might go Raiders.
Yeah, sure you won't. Not at Brookvale.
Well, you were going to go Tigers against Broncos last week, if I remember, and you didn't do that.
No, I didn't.
You wimped out.
Actually, I think I did go Tigers.
No, you didn't. I checked.
Really?
Yes.
I meant to go Tigers.
Oh, you did not. Broncos and the Roosters on Friday night as well.
Hang on, I need to check this time.
Okay.
What do you mean? I'm sure I picked the round 8 from the sidelines. Oh no, I didn't. I picked the Broncos.
Yes, you did.
I chickened out.
You did, yeah. Okay, Broncos and Roosters. I'm going Broncos. Don't forget it's at Suncorp.
Adam Reynolds looked pretty limpy.
No, they won't need Adam Reynolds.
Yeah, they will.
He's coming back to the Bunnies anyway.
Oh, jeez, I don't know. Ezra Mann's back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go the Broncos because it's at home. If it wasn't at Suncorp,
I have no doubt Tom will be going for the Broncos as well.
Yeah,
without doubt.
Even Teddy's a bit upset. Teddy, are you gonna play well this week?
He's not saying a lot tonight.
He's in trouble.
Dogs and Tigers.
Tigers, dogs. I'm going dogs. Dogs. They're in the 8. They had a massive win last start. Yeah, dogs.
Yeah, I've gone dogs as well. Titans and Storm.
Ooh. That'll be I'm tempted to go the Titans.
Titans and Storm, I said.
Yeah, I'm tempted to go the Titans. Look, they've played well for the last month. And they knocked over the Warriors in New Zealand last week. Storm.
There you go. Since it took a while to get that out of you. I've gone Storm as well. Let's go North Queensland and the Dolphins.
Oh, this is gonna be tough, I think.
Yeah, this one will be.
You kind of think the Cows will bounce back. They weren't bad against the Panthers, and look, let's face it, the Dolphins couldn't beat a Pongalus Knights. So Cows.
Yeah, I've gone Cows as well. And Knights and Warriors on Sunday.
I really want to pick the Knights.
I don't. Well, the Warriors have lost their last 2 games.
Yeah, they won't. If they won't lose 3. If they lose 3, they won't make the 8. That's my prediction. If they can't beat the Knights, they can't make the 8.
Well, that's a prediction, okay. And the Sharks against the Dragons, and Flanagan's looking forward to this one.
I think there will be no bounce back. The Sharks may score 200 points over the last 4 games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Sharks should win this comfortably. Should,
and Parramatta have the bye.
Which they need, because apparently Clint Gutherson, who has been their best player all year, is having knee surgery and out for 5 weeks. So that's 2 of their spine gone.
I know.
And let's face it, their hookers are stopgaps.
Yeah.
So that only leaves Dylan Brown. Anyway, there's a couple of things, Steve.
What are they?
Before we tie off.
Yep.
Luke Keary this week announced his retirement.
Yes.
And contrary to popular belief, it wasn't due to head knocks or injury. He's just lost his passion.
Really?
That's what he's saying.
Okay.
Wants to thank Madge for giving him an opportunity and Robbo for being who he is. And he wants to thank Tom's mate Teddy for being a great supporter. But he just doesn't want to do another pre-season and go through it all.
Well, I get... What is he? 32, 33?
So,
Yeah, I can understand that.
So, yeah, I get that. And I want to just mention, you said something earlier about halfbacks, the good halfbacks. Did you know, so far this year, 27% of tries have been scored by kicks?
Only 27.
It seems a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's been... It's interesting that the sparkling football that we've seen has been driven by a kicking game.
Yeah, but we've always said you've got to have a good kicking game.
Yeah, but 27%.
I know, but that's we were talking about this before we went on air, that this is South's problem. They don't have a good kicking game. And now part of that is the forwards don't drive forward and all that sort of stuff, but you have a look at the good teams. They have a good halfback.
Yep.
With good forwards who make space for them, and they kick to corners. They do a combination of different kicks.
Yeah, so...
But
I don't know.
I mean, you look at Sam Walker last week, probably most of the Roosters' tries are off kicks.
Yeah, absolutely. So, anyway, interesting. And I do have something to say about the concussion rule for my last intelligent thing. I'm curious to see what you think of this idea.
Okay.
So, currently...
Since you think it's intelligent, let's go.
Well, currently as it stands, you have a team and you have 4 on the bench.
Yeah.
All right, happy for 4. But what do you think of extending that bench, still having 4, but having an additional 2 named? Because no one's going to pick a half or a centre on the bench.
Yeah.
To extending that bench, and then if there is a concussion, you could bring in one of those more specialised positions.
And still maintain your 4.
Still maintain your 4. So in the example of because I think part of the problem with the Dragons was that they lost a centre in the first minute.
Yes, that's right.
So if you've got a centre sitting on the bench, and he comes into that team at the concussion, you've only got 3 other interchanges, but then the coach then has a bit more say over how that works. Because if we don't do something, fans are going to get jack of the kickoffs and concussions. What do you think about that,
Well,
Steve?
firstly, it's only 3% of concussions come from kickoffs. I think I think we're making mountains out of molehills.
Yeah, I agree. But
I don't have a problem with it. I think it would be abused.
How can it be abused?
Because somewhere halfway through the game, a player goes down injured, grabs his head when it's really his knee that's hurting, and the ref decides, and the coach decides, well, you know what, I'm going to bring on such and such because I need.
All right, has to be category 1 then.
Category 1 I can live with.
Yeah, so like Sulu was knocked out; he was out cold.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I think it can be abused, but look, I think you have to do something if you're not going to.
And it's not, and like I said, and I don't think it's for how bad's this? I don't think it's for player welfare. I think it's for fan welfare.
Yeah.
I want to see a centre replaced with a centre if there's a concussion.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, if you've used your 4 interchanges by half time, mind you know what it'll lead to. It'll lead to 3 players being used up until the last 10 minutes.
Probably.
Anyway, which will lead to more concussions and greater fatigue.
It'll get abused, but
maybe it's not a great idea.
I think if there's issues and the game wants to do something with those issues, then we've got to do something. But I don't know. I don't know what the solution is.
Yep.
Okay, that's all we have time for. Thank you for watching. You've said your intelligent bit. Okay. Thanks for watching. We hope Tom will be back next week.
Teddy says yes.
Excellent. From his Melbourne jaunt. And we'll see you all again then. Bye-bye.
See ya.